Hi guys, it's Hannah. Today I wanted to do a video on how to handle unexpected things in life. So from a really young age, we tend to have a vision of how our life's going to be, like in the future. We set out a plan and achievements and start working towards that and striving for this idea we've got in our head. And we think, oh, if I do A and B, then the outcome will be C. And it's like very formulaic, and it's all sort of everything will go to plan and it will instantly happen, as if like there will be nothing that will get in the way. It will just, it's this plan you've set up in your head, and you go on from one step to the next, just achieving and getting to what you want in life. And there's quotes, it's pressured by quotes such as, you can achieve anything that you set your mind to, things like that. So that encourages this thinking, because it's saying to you that as long as you think it, then it's going to happen. Like, if you strive for it, then it will definitely happen. Nothing could get in the way as long as you are the one that's working towards it. If you work towards it, you're 100% going to get what you've envisioned in your head for all these years. So whilst it's good to have plans and a vision for life, it's not good to have this idea in your head that everything's going to be smooth sailing, and that because you strive for it and you focus on it, it's definitely going to happen, because that's an irrational belief, because you cannot guarantee that these things are going to happen and things are going to be linear and always go your way. There could be many obstacles that come your way that could change your plans or even stop them permanently and make you go down a different route and have to change your goal. So maybe you might face something that stops your career plans and you have to take your career down a different route. And we've never taken this into account before, that actually we could face obstacles, because we've taught ourselves over the years this irrational belief that everything should go to plan and it should go our way, because we've got this mindset of, oh, because I've thought it and because I've strived for it, therefore it must go my way, because that's what I want, and why shouldn't I get what I want? So this irrational belief that life should go to plan sets us up for fear and anxiety, and leads us to desperately try and assert control and gain certainty that it will go to plan. And for us OCD sufferers, it can result in compulsions and reassurance seeking, because we've taught ourselves that life must go to plan, and if it doesn't and we have obstacles to face, then that's awful and we can't bear it. We cannot stand anything going wrong in our life, because that's not what we want. So therefore we must not get anything that we don't want. So the idea is that we need to change our perspective on the nature of life. So the more you teach yourself that life is meant to be smooth sailing and it's meant to be happy all the time and you're meant to achieve your goals with ease, the more disturbed your emotions are going to be when the inevitable happens, when an obstacle comes up and it changes your plans and it makes you have discomfort. And so not only are you dealing with that obstacle, you're also dealing with the emotional disturbance you brought upon yourself by the irrational belief that this must not happen to you. So it's good to keep working on our goals in life, but we need to also acknowledge that actually there will be difficulties along the way. It's not always going to be smooth sailing for us, and the more that we realise that bumps in the road aren't awful and we can stand them, the more equipped you will be for when they inevitably happen. So if you think about it this way, if you really have this irrational belief that obstacles must not happen to you, bad things must not happen to you, when they inevitably happen, you're going to be even more upset, because you have this strong belief that, no, I don't deserve this to happen, my life must go to plan because that's what I want. So as well as this discomfort you've got from the obstacle, you've also added this irrational belief to give you even more discomfort about it. And then if you change your perspective to be, well, bumps in the road are a natural part of life, and at some stage that I'm going to come across something that is an obstacle, and it might change my path and it might be discomfort, but actually I know that life can be challenging sometimes, and I can face these adversities. The less upset you're going to be when they happen to you. So yeah, you still might have this upset of when that event happens to you, but you won't have this added emotional disturbance from this irrational belief. So it'll be a rational reaction to it, as opposed to a heightened, anxious and fear-driven reaction from having this belief that life must go to plan. When you realise that it doesn't have to go to plan, because there's no written rule in the sky to say it must, then you are more open to the possibilities that adversities will happen, and that is part of life. This view is helpful for the OCD recovery journey specifically as well, because a lot of people have this misconception about recovery, that it's going to be linear, and if they put the work in, they're just going to see improvements every single day. They're never going to have ups and downs anymore. Just like that misconception that life is going to be on the up because you've put the work in, so therefore you must see the results straight away, and that there must not be any setbacks in your way. And this is important to understand because, as I said, it's not always on the up. One day you're might feel better, then the next day you might have a backdoor spike and you might think, oh, well, I've gone back to square one. But if you have that belief of, oh no, I've put the work in, so therefore I should be seeing results every single day, that's going to upset you even more, as opposed to thinking, okay, I know that it's going to have its ups and downs and its setbacks, and when they do happen, you're going to already know that it could happen, and you're not going to be disturbed and completely shocked that it's not on the up constantly. So this rational mindset prepares us to handle obstacles that come with recovery, and gives us the ability to think of them rationally, as opposed to having that irrational belief that causes you to feel even more disturbed about maybe feeling like you relapsed a bit, or you don't quite understand certain parts and you're not quite recovering as quickly as you'd had hoped, because you realise that it's actually just a preference, that you would, of course you'd rather things be easy, but life isn't like that. And just the same as recovery, it's not easy and it's not quick, or there's no formula to it. It's ups and downs. It's never just completely always on the up. But knowing this keeps us patient and it keeps us persistent, because we realise that actually I'm not going to get instant relief, and I'm not going to have a formula that suddenly makes me on the up every day. I'm not going to feel better and better every day. I'm going to feel a mix of emotions, because it's a journey. It's not just instant fix. You're trying to change your perspective on lots of different things. So therefore it's not going to be, oh, I choose to put that work in, so now I'm automatically going to achieve my goals straight away. And it stops us from jumping to the worst case scenario. So when you have a setback, you don't think, oh, everything's completely lost and my life's ruined. You rationally realise that that's part of life to have setbacks, and it's part of recovery to have setbacks, and it's okay. So I think that's everything that I wanted to cover, and I hope that this video has helped you, and take care.